Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an experience like no other. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Mary D. Show, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. The Mary D. Show brings you powerful insights and inspiring stories from a diverse range of guests. Join our incredible host, Mary D. Welch, as she sits down with thought leaders, business owners, and changemakers, sharing their journeys and successes. From career professionals and entrepreneurs to educators and beauty advisors, Mary D. Welch interviews sports figures and health enthusiasts, offering a platform for extraordinary voices. Explore the world of extraordinary people and places in business and finance, homes and real estate, beauty and wellness, education and empowerment, sports and health, and more. Want to be a guest on the show? Call 619-669-8603 or email Mary at marydwelch.com. Visit www.marydwelch.com to learn more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mary D. Show. I am so happy to see you today. I know it has been 7 days. Can you believe that? It's 7 days ago. I don't know about you, but I just feel like life is speeding up or something. I've been told before you turn 21, life is going really slow. Once you turn 21, life is going really fast. And that's really what it feels like. But welcome to the show. I like to say hi to our live viewers. Hi, live viewers. Hi to our replay viewers. Hi, replay viewers. And hello to the executive producer of the show. As many of you know, is my husband, Oliver. He's in the background. So he's there. You could say tootling, but he's there in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the honor and the privilege of having, and he knows I call him Dr. Fairley. He was here last week, and every time he comes, we never can get through the show because there's so much good information, and he's just having nuggets after nuggets after nuggets. So it always ends up being at least a two-parter minimum. But he's back today, and he's taking time out of his busy schedule to come and be with us. So I want to read to you his bio. So give me just a moment, because I am so excited to have him back. Every time he comes, I learn so much. Every time he's here on the show. And I read the entire bio because I just want you to know who's in the room. Who has said, I want to impart good information into your life. I call him Dr. Edward L. Fairley. He is not just a CEO, he's a transformational therapist, a speaker, and relationship strategist on a mission to revolutionize how we understand and practice love. Wow. As the founder of No Love Incorporated, Edward has dedicated his life to helping individuals, couples, and communities master emotional intelligence, elevate their communication, and heal through truth-based connection. With over 2 decades of experience in counseling and relationship coaching, Edward's expertise is rooted in both science and soul. He is the author of the Handbook for Increasing Your Relationship IQ, a critically acclaimed guide born from years of research on emotional literacy and relationship dynamics. His groundbreaking work invites readers to go beyond cliches and dive deep into the why behind human connection. Edward's commitment to innovation led him to develop the No Love board game Stimulation, a first-of-its-kind interactive counseling tool that makes personal growth fun, safe, and transformative. Through immersive role-playing, the game brings therapy into real life, offering users a joyful yet powerful way to unpack trauma, improve self-awareness, and foster genuine intimacy. He is also the host of the No Love podcast, where he shares transparent, thought-provoking conversations that redefine love and challenge common misconceptions about relationships, masculinity, and vulnerability. A devoted husband of 20 plus years and a proud father of 3, Edward embodies the principles he teaches, Whether he's speaking on stage, coaching one-on-one, or creating tools for healing, his message is clear. You can't fully give love until you truly know love. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Edward Fairley.
Oh,
Ta-da!
thank you. Thank you.
I
Wow.
tell you, when I read it, your bio is just out of this world. It really is.
Hmm.
And it
Thank you.
really does describe you. Just so
Well, thank you.
just so
I
you know.
appreciate it.
I know we were last week. We got so involved. I think we went overtime
Oh,
instead
I'm
of
here.
okay.
Whatever that looks like, I'm here. Yeah,
Oh,
so
and we're
I
always
enjoy it.
to have you. Always, anytime you can stop by. I just can't believe it's been almost a year since you were here last.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most certainly. Yeah.
But you've been busy.
Very busy.
Yes.
Very, very busy. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Well, I know. Let's see. When we stopped last week, we were talking about. We had the comments. I think before we even get going, let's start with the comments first because
Oh wow.
we
You
couldn't
have
even
those.
finish the comments last. That's how. I mean, it was so exciting. People were like, that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Okay.
first, we have our beautiful niece. Hi, Jazzy. Jazzy's here.
I miss
Jazzy
Jazzy.
is like, she is on point. And then let's see, what do you have here, Jazzy? You said, welcome back. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. And
Thank you for having me.
I talked to her, as I mentioned before, to the audience. So I have to wave to Jazzy so she knows. She checks on us, as I said before, her uncles and aunts because her grandmother did. So she's
Wow.
making sure that we're taken care of. And what do keeping the family connected? She's assumed that role, and
That's
it makes
awesome.
a huge difference. So Jazzy, we love you and thank you so much for your
Yes.
continued. Because like as she knows, we're on the West Coast, so she's in Atlanta. It matters when we connect. It really
Most
does.
certainly.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure I got her comment in there. Well, first, let me ask you this: How did No Love come about? What was was it an epiphany or what was it?
It started off as a book.
Okay.
So when my book was written, the handbook for increasing your relationship IQ,
Mm-hmm.
that was work that was a result of me and my wife. We were really having a hard time at the beginning of our marriage. First 3 years were really, really dark. And well, the first year was great. Then year 3 through 4 was really, really dark. And we wanted to throw in the towel. And through the process of me troubleshooting my marriage and realizing the rooted issues of it,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to assist in us growing into this amazing friendship that is still even evolving today. And because of that, I started conversing with my circle of friends who were in relationships and noticing that the things that I realized were issues in our relationship that I was able to get to the root of and snatch out, they were actually issues that others were having and they did not realize it. And I just started kind of indirectly counseling them. And once I was able to assist them in realizing the things that were causing the issues so that they could snatch it at the roots of their issues, uh, I just liked seeing people having a relationship that my wife and I were able to get. So I packaged it in what was called the Handbook for Increasing Your Relationship IQ, and then I published it. From there, it did so well that it got adopted as a prerequisite for marriage counselors in 3 states. And
Wow.
with that started a speaking journey, and then I ended up starting my own coaching practice. So with the coaching practice, I realized that as a coach or a counselor, there are 4 hurdles that you have to jump through in order for you to be effective. And that is, one, people don't want to share their business. Surprise. uh,
Oh,
two,
I happen to know someone like that.
two, if they tell you their business, they don't tell you everything. That one was the one that scared me because I thought about conceptually, if I am a quote unquote pharmacist and I'm
Mhm.
prescribing a solution or medicine to said sickness or problem, and they're I know that they're omitting something that could drastically change the prescription based off of what they're taking away. I can cause allergic reactions and even death. So I was like, I could be killing people's marriages by the prescriptions that I'm giving because I know they're omitting information and keeping stuff from me. That really scared me.
Wow.
So that's two. Third
Yeah.
is the first person that has the opportunity for correction, they feel like they're being double teamed, and guess what? They don't want to play anymore. Y'all,
Oh,
you two are ganging up on me. I don't want to play anymore, so I don't want to do counseling anymore. So that was
oh.
a third, which makes the fourth even worse because the opposite sex of the counselor
Uh-huh.
subconsciously usually assumes that the same sex is going to be biased towards the same sex. So if that person is the first person that has the opportunity for correction, they're going to be like, I knew he was going to take your side anyway. He's a man. I knew she's going to take your side anyway. She's a woman. So
Yeah.
they really shut down and they say, see, that's why I don't do this counseling stuff. And they walk away. So what I did was I took 2 years off of counseling and I
Mhm.
took all of those things, every single thing that I had taught over that 7 year time period. And I created a simulation, which looks like a board game that addresses every single issue that there is. This way, when I went back, I
Mhm.
would take people and they played the simulation, and I never asked another person what their issues and struggles were again, nor
Wow.
did I have to, because when they played the simulation, the scenarios and the landing spaces actually were going to eventually speak to whatever issues that they were, and the
Uh-huh.
counseling is embedded inside the simulation. And the power in that is, one, you can't call me biased because I didn't even know that was your issue.
Right.
Two, you can't you don't have to share your business, and you
Right.
can discreetly get the resolution in the council in the simulation. But more importantly, if that card or that landing space makes you feel uncomfortable,
Uh-huh.
that's you telling you that you have a problem, not me. And we all
Wow.
know that any 12-step program, the first step is to admit that you have a problem.
Right. Right.
So the card is speaking to you if it makes you feel uncomfortable. So now you have the ability to read said card or landing space and find out what the root of that issue is and how
Right.
to resolve it. And you don't even have to confess that was your issue.
Wow.
So that is what I've created, and that's what it kind of evolved into from a book. And
Right.
now it's taken on its own identity in so many different areas. But that's how No Love began.
Wow. So it literally started from well, the idea was started from your relationship. That's
I'm
how
about
it
to say it started from my ministry, which was my marriage that was
right.
broken, that we fixed, and then we took those realizations and tools, and we packaged it to help others. And then when it succeeded at doing so,
Right.
I needed to be more efficient and more effective, and also provide the tool that prevented people from getting counsel to the people, in a more affordable way, in a discreet way, because we know the cliches of getting counsel so that they can still get what it is that they needed.
Wow. And now, like you said, it's taken basically not a mind of its own, but it's just multiplying because
Oh
the
my goodness,
need
yes.
is so great. So
Hmm.
you're
Hmm.
talking now the friends I'm hoping that the friends that you counsel, are they still together?
Yes and no. I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because some of my most successful work is the divorce. That's gonna take that, yeah. So my company is called No Love, not
Right.
no staying together, not no relationships,
Right.
not no retention. It is knowing love. And if you found out that you were not married in love and you separate, I still have won because you've learned to love yourself enough to get out of a bad situation.
Right.
Matter
Right.
of fact, one of my greatest success stories was there was a guy who, when one of my first clients, he rented, because that's when I did not have it um mass produced. I only
Right.
had 4 simulators, and I
Okay.
was renting them out for 30 days. So you could rent them. I would send it out to you. You could use it and then send it back
Right.
as we went through our session. So he rented it. I had to send it out. At that point, he was with his fiance at the time. He moved her from
Right.
Maryland to Washington State. This was supposedly the one. And they played the simulation. And after they had finished with the month of the simulation, he packed her back up and they separated and sent her back to Maryland. They realized that they were about to make a huge mistake, that they were not compatible, and they would have been adding children and assets to a poor or terrible situation.
Right.
Now, fast forward, and that same guy is now married to the right woman for going on 5 years, and they can't come up and stay with us and interact with my wife and I, and we have a wonderful time because he avoided the wrong one and found the right one through the simulation process.
Wow. Does he thank you for that?
Oh my gosh, yes. He is one of my biggest evangelists.
Because I would
one
think,
of my biggest evangelists.
But even though, now this is what I think it is, that people sometimes stay because they don't want to admit that they made a mistake.
That is very common. That is extremely. That's actually why a lot of people won't even play the simulation, out of fear that this is going to ruin my relationship. But if you're fearful that this can ruin your relationship, I can assure your relationship's already on the rocks or a little messed up. So what are you hiding from? Why wouldn't you want to identify what the issues are so that you can resolve the issue? But you're exactly right.
I'm just that's just a guess, but I'm thinking that that's the case with the gentleman.
No, you landed
with and his fiance. Did you ever talk with her about it? About how
the fiance
that left the that they split up. Okay,
no.
I was wondering how she felt about the game and how that affected her. Did you know or not whether she married?
No, I don't know her story at all.
I wonder how that went. But anyway, that's just, I mean,
that's fair.
He sounds like he was all in. Let me say that.
Most certainly. Yeah.
Most certainly. But it sounds like you knew each other before. He knew you before you even had the game.
Yes, ma'am.
And that has a lot to do with it, with his, I think, trust factor. And then to make the game, he's like, well, I already know Edward, so I know he's doing whatever he's doing. It's on the up and up type thing. And
Most certainly. Yes, ma'am.
But I do agree with what you're saying about if it's a male therapist in the situation, the wife is or the fiance is gonna always think that the male
subconsciously, they're gonna think they're gonna take your side. That's why I said the worst part of the person that is the first person that has the opportunity for correction, feeling like they're being double teamed. That one that's the opposite sex is gonna be like, I knew is gonna affirm their assumption. So that's like the worst counseling process. So yeah, that's why I had to address that.
Well, now when you made the game, I don't know how long has it been since you made the game?
Wow. The simulation, I think 2000 and 2016 was when the first board was made.
And so we're talking 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I think you're the first person I've ever heard say it's a win if they get a divorce. I've never heard anybody put it like that.
And I have to stress that to people. Matter of fact, when I first start, I let them know, hey, my job is not to keep y'all together. Let's start and understand that right now. My job as a counselor is not for you to stay together. My job is for you to know love. Now, if you realize what love is and then realize that that's not what you all are in, that's on you to make a decision as to whether you want to remain in a situation that's not love or you want to leave. I'm not here to say stay or go. I'm here to allow for you to understand what love is. And once you do that, that is your decision as to whether you want to remain and there or not.
How many couples, or I don't know if you've kept any statistics on this, that have played the game and then they have divorced? Do you know?
I know of three couples. Well, no, I know two couples that have divorced. And I know the one that was about to get married and decided to divorce. Everyone else has remained or in their relationship.
Okay, that's what I was. That was the next question I was going to ask. How many people have? They did play the game, and no matter what the game said, they decide to stay together. The game was not a defining, factor one way or the other.
I like that question. Let me tell you why I like that question. Because I've seen people play the simulation and they shouldn't have stayed, but they stayed despite what the simulation said.
Correct.
And then I've seen people who just worked on things to better and more enrich their actual marriage.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it can do both.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
So it tells you
it does what it's supposed to do. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. And the thing that is hard about it, because it's difficult. It's really difficult to go through the simulation for multiple reasons psychologically. One, it really looks like a board game. You see all those pieces, the beautiful colors, the pawn, the dice, the money, like the money in there. You see the cards, all of that. It's all sitting nice, and then you roll that die. And you land on that landing space and that card and those things that they speak to you and you see yourself. You'll either see yourself now or you'll see yourself in the past or you'll see yourself where you want to be. And it's in your face. And those who encounter it, they encounter it different ways. So those who are married, what it does is it acts as your voice on your behalf, because it addresses things that are very difficult for you to address. And if you brought it up, he or she might argue with you, or it might turn into an argument. But if the game says it, you now have an advocate for you, and it talks on your behalf, and you can sit back and he or she has to read that. And everyone reads a card. So even if you're not the one reading the card, you hear the scenario or you hear the situation. So you know if that's you or not. If it's not you, it's not going to rub you the wrong way. If it is, you're going to feel uncomfortable. But again, the solution, the root of it, it's already embedded in the situation.
Wow. Well, we have go on. I'm sorry.
I apologize. I did stop. So that's those who are couples that play it. Those who are single, they start seeing what has been causing them to be single or to not succeed in their said relationships. Those who are in relationships, they start seeing their relationship and kind of wondering if should we be moving forward or should we not? So it depends on who's playing it as to how they're going to see. You should really, teens have really, really taken a hold of this. Like high schoolers, even middle schoolers, they really, really, it's fun to watch families, because I see a lot of married couples and their children who are not married playing it, and they're like, you know what, we're going through the we might not be in the same status, but because it's truth just is. Doesn't matter what the circumstance is. So I'll put a period right there, because you're now we're talking about my passion. I'll go on a tangent. So
it's fine, but I know I want to make sure, because our audience, they're just as important, and we want to make sure they get a chance to make their comments known. And this is Victoria says very impressive, and she's going yelling it out. I know, isn't it, Victoria? And Victoria's married. So I would, I'm just curious. I know Victoria's, but you never know, because this one of those. It may be for married people, may not. I mean, it's for all people. Let me say that. Whether you're married, whether you're single.
It was initially created for married or couples prior to getting married. Yes.
Okay. And this is Jazzy says, all you have done is truly a blessing. Thank you, Jazzy.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Yeah.
Jazzy, I tell you. And then I'm getting some more comments here. And I see Victoria again. She said, Victoria says, what's your question, Victoria? I wonder if he will give you permission to air his. I think you have to purchase it, but what he did do, Victoria, is give us a code, so we would.
Oh yeah, for this show only. Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to give me the code again, or put it up there?
Yes. So if you go to noloveinc.com, so this is what the box looks like, the simulation.
Okay.
So if you go to noloveinc.com and you go to purchase the actual simulation, notice I don't call it a board game because it's not a board game. It is a simulation. It looks like one. When you open and it will take off, I think 50% off the price for you all. If you put in Black, BLACK, brand, BRAN as in Nancy D, Black brand.
And 50% off.
For 50% off.
Wow.
So this is the inside of it when you open it up. This is your deck of cards, the instruction book, the actual money. You have avoid going to SIM cards. This is a whole deck, a relationship scenario deck. You have your marriage scenario deck. You have your dating scenario deck. You have tokens. I can go over what that represents, and then you have your game pieces, and then of course you have the entire game board.
Wow.
It opens up for.
Wow. All right, so those, ladies and gentlemen.
So you start in the middle, which is single. Then you go to dating, relationship, and marriage. Marriage is not the way to win the game. Getting to know love, which is KNOW, which is the landing space off the entire board. That is how you actually win. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And a lot of people say, well, why is there money in it? Great question. In the game, you have a job and you collect funds. And when you're in a situation someone might get cheated on, there might be issues in the relationship, and it might send you back to single or get a divorce or something. But if you have earned funds, you can pay for counseling to avoid that being the outcome in the simulation, to inspire self-help and everything so that you can evolve and succeed in the relationship. Now, if you lose your job, you lose your money. And then if the landing space causes you to go back to single and you don't have the funds for counseling, you cannot afford that. And the fate is what it is. Oh, it's real. This game is not. This is not, again, it's not a game.
It's not a game. This is real life.
It is.
I'm going to tell you, I think I shared with you, I was widowed at 35. I never thought in this, that was such, and I never lost anyone in my life. So here in my life, and widowed with 3 children. Back, somebody asked me about this not too long ago. They said, well, how did you make it through that? I said, one day at a time. One day at a time. It was no magical thing or anything like that. I said it has been a journey that I never thought I would be, subjected to. But at the same time, what I learned from that is this is life. This is life.
Well,
we think we have it all figured out, that, we know, I'm going to grow old and I'm going to do this. And no. And I've learned since then, without a doubt, nobody has it figured out. Nobody. We're all taking life one day at a time. That's the key. And trying to make it the best that we can make it. That's the goal. So, ladies and gentlemen, definitely go to No Love Inc. Inc.com. Inc.com.
And that's no love. That's KN, like knowledge, KNOW. Love, LOVEINC.com. And remember, the Black brand will give you 50% off of the price.
Wow. So keep that in mind. And I know Dr. Victoria, she's really, I don't know what your doctorate's in Dr. Victoria. I don't know what I just know she has her doctorate. And it may be an education, I'm not sure. Yeah. But she would be able to, it's probably without a doubt an area that I'm sure she can attest to or know. Let me see something about. Oh, okay. She admires your ingenuity.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I
tell you. And this lady is such a powerful, powerful lady. She really, really is.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been, I guess you could say, coached by her. She knows she does too. Let me see. I saw another comment. Let's see. And this is maybe, I don't know, is that you, Dr. Victoria? How can you purchase it? Okay. Did you get that?
Yeah, the address. Yes.
Hey, here, I'll put it in the chat so you can see it. And audience, please get a copy, because I know I'll tell you, like, to be honest, you want to support our speakers. You said you love it. I told you that's her background.
Oh, she's in psychology. Yeah, my wife is a psychology major. Yeah,
right.
She doesn't have a doctorate though. Yeah.
Yeah, you said she does.
No, my wife doesn't. She has a bachelor's in psychology. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, and Dr. Victoria, she went back and obtained her doctorate. So I'm always impressed with people that go back to school and do that. I know I have an honorary doctorate. I haven't been using it.
Impressive.
But people keep telling me to use it. And I guess when I look at people like Dr. Victoria, I think in terms of
work.
Yes, but they said you have put in the work, or you would not have received a doctorate. So
yeah, most certainly.
Okay, but anyway, how do you balance evidence-based practices with more intuitive, soul-centered approaches in your work? How do you do that?
You mind elaborating, expounding on the questions? Yeah.
Okay. So you have balanced evidence-based practices. You have practices that are evidence-based, but you also use a more soul-centered in your work. How do you do both of those? Because you're counseling couples. You counsel singles too?
Most certainly. Actually, I get most of my clients are single. They're looking. They're searching for love. But and remember how you said my practice has evolved. So now I'm being used a lot by those who are in like big companies. They're like the CEOs. And so think about this.
Wow.
There's a lot of people who are in relationships, and I hate to use economics, but if I'm said CEO and my marriage or situation does not work, I could lose half of all that I have.
Yeah.
So I've been sought out by those who want to be discreet, but they want to have a discreet way to do it, but they also have a lot economically to lose. So this is a way. You go to a retreat, you can't take that retreat information home. This is a retreat in the box. This is counseling in the box. All of this is here at a fraction of the investment that you make for those things. So I, for one, and that's the pivot. So I wanted to get into colleges and even public schools because I want this to be preventative. I don't want this to be reactive. Right. You're doing this because you want me to fix, as you shared. Now you're in a situation that you want to get out of. If I can educate you and people know about love before they get into the situation, they will approach it properly and there lies the retention. Because now you're intentionally going about relationships properly as opposed to learning on the job. So I call it a simulation because pilots, they don't learn how to fly by crashing real planes.
Thank God.
so I don't want you to learn how to have a successful relationship by crashing into real divorces. Right. So I'd rather you get divorced in the simulation,
right,
and learn from that, quote unquote, if you want to call it failure, so that you don't have to crash in real life. So I wanted to package it and get it to because this is not taught in school.
No,
and even if it's taught in school, I've learned, because that was the issue. My counseling and everything actually was a big contribution to what was causing issues in our relationship. The stuff that we were actually taught by the pastor and the counselors were that psychology that was given to us, that was actually causing issues in our relationship. So when I was able to snatch that at the root, which is taught in the book, and now more in depth in the simulation, that was the result of this. But yes, I want this to be a preventative thing. I don't want you to have to come to me because I need to fix it. I would prefer for you to come to me to avoid having to have something to fix. So if I get you to love yourself before you get into a relationship, now you'll find a loving relationship. And with a loving relationship, that creates a loving family. With loving families, we have loving communities. With loving communities, we have loving cities, states, a nation, and ultimately the world. That is my mission. That is what I'm here for. And that is what I'm sent for.
Wow. Because it can only grow. That's
Yes, most certainly.
it's,
Yeah.
it's not like it's going to stay stagnant. It's going to grow and perpetuate itself throughout society. When you know,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I really like that. We have a few comments. I'm going back up here. It's like, okay, let me see. Uh, let me see. Okay, right here. What's this comment? Because I just scrolling through there. It's like, wow.
You're fine.
One is, I admire everything you do for those in the world who need the advice you give. Thank you,
Wow.
Jazzy.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Jazz, and you and Victoria are really eating this up. I could tell. That this is, I missed one. I could. Oh, you said psychology. Okay, thank you, Victoria, or Dr. Victoria.
Doctor, yes.
I knew her before she was doctor, but that's okay. Dr. Victoria. And when I have people that are doctors, I always call them by their first name, doctor, and then their first name instead of
okay.
That's my way of saying I've known you for a little while, that kind of thing. So Dr. Victoria, and she is the sweetest lady. She really, really is. So. And thank you for coming to the show today, Dr. Victoria. I know you're.
Yes, thank you.
You got things going on. We have. See this you, Jazzy. Oh, I lost it. Okay, I think
I got it. I'll fix it.
Okay, that's all right. Another comment we have here. It says everything. Oh, everything you're talking about helps me understand and find true love for myself. That's what this is all about, Jazzy. Finding true love for you. What is it for you? Because nobody can tell you what it is for you. And that's what the simulation is, which I am definitely going to get. We haven't got it yet, but we definitely have to get that game. I mean, I said game, simulator, not game. Oops, here we go. And he said, Edward, you are on your way. I thank you, Dr. Victoria. Isn't he? I tell you, he comes on, and every single time it is such a blessing to everyone. He really, really is. So it's always good when he can come back and be on the show. And we have here now, I can go. I'll take you guys. Here we go. See if I missed anybody. Oh, Victoria. I see you, Victoria. You said I influenced you as well. Victoria, Dr. Victoria, I remember the day we met. I still remember that day, the day we met. So just know the feeling is mutual. It definitely is. It's definitely a mutual feeling. So, here you come. All righty, here we go. There. Welcome back.
I apologize. My camera left me.
Oh, that's okay. I always say technology is not perfect.
Yes, I had to go on my phone.
Oh, that's okay. Now, you said you're a senior citizen, Dr. Victoria. That makes two of us. So I'm in that camp. So it's it's okay. I'm thankful to be a senior citizen. I'm gonna be honest. I am thankful and grateful because
I know that's right.
Yeah, there's an alternative, and I'm not.
I'm about to say, yeah.
No, I'm not. I always say, Lord, every day is a blessing. Let me just say that every day is a blessing. And here is Dr. Victoria says, Mary is, you're so sweet, Dr. Victoria. Yeah. It's so sweet. That's why I love her, respect, and admire. You, Dr. Victoria. I tell you, I paid for you to say that. No, I would never do that. By the way, people, joking. But anyway, let me see. Let me ask you this: what metrics or markers do you use to measure your progress and the success? How do you measure this?
Referrals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many of my clients are, hey, you got to go here. But and what makes it simpler is because they do all the work for me. They're like, he's not going to play this. He's going to be direct. He's going to be honest. He's like, all of that stuff is taken care of now.
So that's how in other words, they're the biggest supporters of you is the referrals.
Oh yeah. Evangelists. Yeah. They're my evangelists.
Wow, wow, wow. And then do you travel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you go, is it to go to churches or groups? How do you do that?
So typically people come to me. Uh,
Okay.
I very rarely am sent off somewhere,
Okay.
but when I'm in big groups, I usually do like Zoom groups or things of that nature.
Oh,
And that is typically how I do it because the whole concept in business
mhm.
is to get your time back.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So people are trading dollars for hours.
Yeah.
But if I get to stay home and still reach, that was the reason why I created the simulation and the book, because for lack of a better term, that allows for me to be omnipresent.
Right.
And in this arena or on this topic, people typically don't want to share that they have a problem. So
Mm.
that's why I package this way, because I know people are not going to raise their hand and say, "Hey, fix me." So
Yeah.
I made it look entertaining. We call it edutainment. So you can indirectly get the counseling and the things that you need through the tools. You get me. Now, if you get me directly, as Dr. Victoria stated,
Yeah.
oh, I'm charging those corporations.
Right. Right. Right.
So
And but you can
yeah,
counsel nowadays. You don't have to physically be. You can counsel through Zoom.
exactly.
You
Yes,
don't.
sir.
It's a game changer.
Mm.
It is truly a game changer. I know. I'm planning. I haven't done it yet, but I'm planning uh, for Black authors a book fair, and it's all going to be on Zoom.
That's up to,
And,
exactly. See?
and they get
Yeah.
to come on. They talk about their book. They have 5 minutes to talk about their book, and then the people can buy it. They can either buy it on Amazon, or some authors sell them, on their own website.
Yeah.
However, the person wants to go and purchase it, but they'll get a chance to talk about themselves. And if they want autographed copies, they'll tell them how to do that. But it's going to be probably on a Saturday, more likely. I'll just do it, and they'll be. I've done it before, but it's been a while. It's been about at least 3 years since I've done a book. It was just a book fair, but it was
Yeah.
all, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I'm always coming up with these ideas. That's one thing I do not lack is ideas. So
Ideas.
that I have more than enough of those. That's for sure. What's one transformational practice you recommend for everyone to implement immediately to improve their relationship IQ? What would be one thing that we could take with us as a takeaway today?
Well, loving yourself is the foundation for any successful relationship. And that is probably the hardest thing for me to get people to do.
Wow.
It's, if you think about it, it is so much easier for you to extend grace and quote unquote protection of others than it is of yourself. There's so many people in relationships, and it's I laugh because I watch the people's response to this. I tell them immediately, my wife's feelings are going to be hurt before I hold in how I'm feeling about something that she did or didn't do
Wow.
to me,
Mhm.
or that was disrespectful, or I just didn't like it. So, but a lot of people won't
Yep.
say,
Yeah.
because they want to quote unquote protect their feelings, or they want to, as they say, keep the peace.
Yeah.
But you can't keep the peace if there's a war within.
Wow.
So,
Well,
nor can you
yeah.
assist in the person possibly correcting themselves, and even more importantly, something that they didn't even realize they were doing, by sharing what you don't like, or you have a preference.
Well, number one, I know I'm guilty of not saying things because,
Okay.
oh yeah, because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want people to feel bad, and I want to be liked.
And now let's take that.
Okay.
Because what you just said is I don't like myself enough to speak for me.
Yeah.
I don't love myself enough to be heard.
Right.
And I don't love myself enough to make sure people treat me the way that I prefer to be treated. So I'll allow this and I'll be uncomfortable to make them feel better. That's exactly what I mean by a lot of people don't, it's hard for them to love themselves. And that's the foundation of being loved or loving.
But I've done it to a fault. I know I have. And it has only in the last, probably, I would give myself a year, have I even acknowledged it. I've acknowledged that that's what I was doing. I was protecting other people, but hurting myself. By, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want them to feel bad. I don't want to, all these things, but at the same time, I'm hurting me.
It's while you're feeling bad, you say you don't want somebody else to feel bad. Isn't that something? Yeah.
It's very true. It's very real.
Yeah, most certainly.
And I'm curious how other people, and let me see if there's some other questions in here, because how other people deal with this, because I can't be the only one that feels like this, that feels like you don't want to hurt other people's feelings. I had that problem when I used to say yes to things when I should have said no. It took me years to even feel like, to even learn I was a yes person. I did what you did. I put it in a book. And the book is Saying No Nicely. But I had to learn how to say no. I didn't even know that's a learned behavior. Just like all the other behaviors we have. We weren't born with them. They're learned behaviors.
That's correct.
And they don't come easily. And they come from somewhere. Usually something that has happened in life. So mine, I don't even know where they came from.
No, so you have to bypass your feelings to say I don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah.
The only reason why you would conceptualize I don't want to be a person who hurts someone else's feelings is because at that moment your feelings feel some type of way. You're not going to say that unless you're about to make a statement or you're trying to avoid making a statement that was caused by someone who did some harm or something that was uncomfortable to you. You don't just randomly think that. You think that after feeling betrayed, hurt, disrespected, and then you say, well, I don't want to hurt his or her feelings, so I'll keep it to myself. But they literally, at that moment, either disrespected you or hurt your feelings and discarded how you would feel in that moment.
It's true.
Yeah.
And does that go back to self-esteem?
Well, no, yes. Yeah, there's no way around it. It does. Yes, ma'am.
I would definitely think so. And I don't know, because I'm the oldest of 5. And I think my whole life I put my brothers and sisters' needs in a lot of ways above my own. And I did it. And then after I no longer was as in the household, I still did it. I still, that still position was still there. So it was still, if that makes sense. You never stop being the oldest. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
So that then it went, instead of it just being family, it became a way of life. And I'm only now starting to see what I was doing. It's taken years to get here.
And see, and this actually what I loved, and it was the most attractive to me about my wife. She is so unimpressed by me.
Yeah.
She's not my biggest fan and loves what I do. She's honest. She's an honest mirror to me. She's gonna call me out if I'm wrong or way off.
Right.
She's gonna tell me how she feels, despite how she thinks my feelings are gonna be. But the only way that I can grow is to be around someone that's honest. But the only way that I can allow for somebody to be honest with me is if I'm presenting my honest self.
Well, you have to be honest with them. That's all.
Exactly. That is what my honest self would be.
Right. And
So in being honest, I repel those who are not for me, and I attract those who are. That is the best reason to be honest. Now I know who's really with me in the proper persons in my circle.
Right. Is that that's something you learned to do, or how did that come to you, that this was the way to live life?
I've always had a struggle with not being honest. I will get in trouble before I'm not going to be honest. That's been me from a kid. I'm going to take the beating before I lie to get out of what I needed to say or what I felt.
That's hey, that's going there. Because I mean, you got you start talking about that whooping.
Exactly.
People will get to talking. If they wasn't talking before, they get to talking. And then when they tell you to go get your own switch too.
Exactly.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm in that world where they would say, you come back with the little one and it's not big enough. Oh, and they say, you don't want me to go get it. Oh.
Yeah, most certainly.
No, I think I can't, that's generational. So those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I know that you're not generation, because it's the next generation. You couldn't even put your hands on kids.
Mm-hmm.
You said, Edward, you have a new supporter. That's Dr. Victoria.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm not surprised. Dr. Victoria, when she says she supports, she means that.
Thank you.
Well, I know too. I want to make sure we get these comments in, ladies and gentlemen. And Victoria, you said, what did you say here? You said you're not omnipresent. You said not omnipresent. Wow. All right, yeah. Dr. Victoria. Wow. Well, I'm gonna tell you, this has been. I don't think you've ever come on that I didn't learn something new. Every single time, I'm always just gleaning from you and learning and really try to put it to task. You said, ouch. Let's see. And this is a real long one. I didn't get a chance to read that one. He said she had to write a book, How to Say No Nicely. She wrote it for, and then she was healed. To that, now this is what I would say, Dr. Victoria. I do not struggle like I used to. I've gotten progress. And I think I've shared the story with the audience. The one night, this was years ago, on a Friday night, I had 4 events and they all started at 6:00. Think about that. 4, because I didn't know how to say no. I came home, I took a shower, I put on my pajamas and got into bed.
So you didn't go to any of them?
Anything. I didn't go anything. I knew then I had a problem.
My goodness. Wow. Wow.
When I said, okay, you have a problem. Because and now this is what I say when someone says, can you do something? I say, oh, thank you for inviting me, but I already have something else on my, I have a previous commitment. I say it nicely but I say it and and then they'll say, well, maybe you could stop by. What I've tried not to do is not to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. What happens is you're at one event and you're anxiously waiting to get to that next one. And I finally realized you've committed to this one event, then that's it. And then just relax and enjoy this event wherever you are. And don't try and do 2 and 3. And I used to, craziness is what it was. But I'm a lot better. And I think my husband will say that too. I'm a lot better than we used to go. I mean, we still go, but nowhere near like we used to. I want to keep living.
I know that's right.
And here we are. We have another comment. What's one of the common denominators? Who said that's one of the common denominators, Mary? I am the oldest. Well, I didn't know that. Dr. Victoria, I didn't know that. And then we're females as the oldest. There's something to all this. Do you know, Dr. Victoria, almost all my friends are the oldest. I'm saying that because it is a common denominator for me, and I did not know it for years.
Mm.
That literally, I know 8 women, and they're all the firstborn and the oldest in their families.
Wow.
Now, how can that be? And I just happened to ask. I didn't, and a few of them, I thought they were the secondborn. And when they told me they were the firstborn, I'm like, what is going on here? There's something that's attracting me to, when it's women, not men. They're women. So anyway, all right, firstborn. And we have another comment. Okay, let me get the comments in. Now, this is Jazzy. Jazzy had I saw a long comment. Jazzy said, sometimes it's hard for you to always want to be honest with all those in your life. Because when you realize you hurt someone, it makes it hard to make it in life because you never know what's going to happen. I think that's what, you know what I think it is, Dr. Edward? We don't want to hurt people's feelings because then you have to go back to them for something. And you feel like, well, how can I go back to them when I just hurt their feelings? That could be, does that make sense?
It does, but I would counter that with, if you're hurting my feelings, I'm not eager to have you in my vicinity, let alone want something from you. Not to mention, that means our relationship is transactional, and I don't want a transactional relationship.
Okay. This is from, is it Derry? He says, I find being honest will save you a lot of problems later.
Oh, God, yeah. Back to what you said, like when I'm honest with myself and what I know I like and what I want, it makes events easy for me to say no to.
Right.
So, yeah, as you shared, where your biggest struggle lies, and that was you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and you want people to like you. I'm not a big fan as of whether a person likes me or not. I need to like me.
I think
that's all.
It's taken me years to get here, to say no. And I think just being, and the truth of the matter is being honest with yourself. That's really what it is. You think it's somebody else. It's being honest with yourself about whatever it is that you're talking about. Just that honesty alone is priceless. And there we have. See, I'm just trying to keep up with the comments. They are laughing out loud. You can never forget those times when what you've been through teaches you your future. Thank you, Jazzy. You're right. I haven't forgot mine. I have lesson after lesson after, and then with all the children's books I write, I've not written a book about the things I've been through in life. I have a friend, she said, you're trying to get all the fluff out first, and then the real stuff that's in you, that'll come out later. And I said, oh, I'm glad you said that, because I did not know that, but you never know. And a comment, I think this is Jazzy. Yes, Jazzy. I really enjoyed another show and TV for all you teach us. Thank you, Jazzy. I'm glad she tells me too. She'll call me tonight and say, "Oh, Auntie, I really like the show." So I appreciate the comments too, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Victoria, you said such sensitivity. I don't have any. Dr. Victoria, you do too. You do. You're very sensitive. You may not think you do, but you do. I already know. And we have to go on to the next comment. I don't think I'm gonna make it though, ladies and gentlemen, because we only have like 1 minute. I'm still going through comments. All relationships are transactional. We are human. Thank you, Miss Dimple 28, Miss Dimples 28. Thank you. Hi. And okay. And when you say that transactional, what do you mean by that? You mean that it means it's about money, or it's about, what do you mean?
No, great question. So if me telling my wife or a person how I feel about what they did to me is going to cost me them,
Uh-huh.
That's not a relationship. That is transactional. And you're trying to avoid losing them because of the asset of whatever you call that. Them being in your vicinity, their money, their time, their conversation. My relationships don't work that way. If it's kind of like I have people to say, I lost a friend. I'm like, no, you didn't lose a friend. You realize you never had one. That's the difference. Because if I can't be honest with you to where you would stay, then you're not meant for me.
I think I'm gonna speak for women. Like you said, your wife. No, I'm gonna speak. I think women do tip. In my opinion, this is an opinion. We tend to do more tiptoeing than men do. In my opinion, men are more direct. I would
love for you to meet my mother and all my sisters. You would question your philosophy.
So, in other words, they're direct. That's just
very
okay. Well, then that it means it's not about being feminine or masculine.
It's not feminine. It has nothing to do with gender. Okay. That's just a personality, an individual's personality.
Got it. Well, I'm still going through these because I really want to get all these questions in because I don't want to miss any. And this one is Dr. Edward. Oh, this is Oliver. I didn't know if he's going to make it. This is hi, Dr. Edward. Thank you for returning to the show, and thanks to the audience. Hi, babe. He said he was. I wasn't sure if he could make it, so I'm glad he made it to the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I'm gonna say this. So, those of you that may have come on later, you want to go to KNOW love LOVEINC.com. So, noloveinc.com. The code to get 50% off on the is it cost
simulation
is Black Brand. You put that, you're gonna receive a 50% savings by doing that.
BLACK BRAND is in Delta. Black Brand. Yes.
And we have you said, okay, Victoria says she agrees with Oliver. And
thank y'all so much.
And it says it's a true bless. Today's been a true blessing. And I'm going to go in and we have to get off, ladies and gentlemen, because what happens, sometimes the system will shut us down after the hour.
Wow.
I want that to happen. So thank you again, Dr. Edward.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. You have, like I said, always brought so much good information. Definitely helped me. I think I've been afraid, to be honest. So I have to get past that. So, but thank you. And please come back again.
No, please have me. Oh, that's the only way I won't come back is if you don't invite me.
Oh, no, don't worry. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Take care.
See you next Monday. God bless you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.